2 years ago this week, Hugo Chavez, dead at 58 years old, the former president of Venezuela. We talked about his legacy. We talked about the future. And at the time, there was a contingent on the left that was praising Chavez and was just thought that he was just the best guy. Whereas others on the left, including us, pointed out more of his dictator-like qualities. We pointed out the propaganda campaign that surrounds even much of what the American left thought was great about Hugo Chavez. Nicolas Maduro took over. It has been pretty tumultuous ever since. And about a week ago, Maduro had the mayor of Caracas, Antonio Ledesma, arrested over an alleged U.S.-backed coup. Many people consider Ledesma to be Maduro's only real opposition. So we see the continuation, Lewis, of these kind of strong-arm governments.
Yeah, he seems to be keeping things pretty much the same here. On Saturday, last Saturday, he actually had a U.S. pilot arrested on suspicion of espionage. And he is now making some moves. He said he was going to prove that this coup was happening and the U.S. backed it. He hasn't done that yet, but he has been taking some steps to make life more difficult for Americans there.
Right. And it's funny how very similar stories from Russia and Venezuela in the last couple of weeks. We had in Russia an opposition leader die under suspicious circumstances. And then the head of that country, Vladimir Putin, says he wasn't involved at all. He's going to investigate. And as often is the case in Russia, we should really think about whether this was a Western intelligence plot. Identical script in Venezuela, where Nicolas Maduro saying, "Oh no, this is there's evidence that this is an American plot to have Ledesma killed, and it just so happens that he was my main opposition." Of course, sometimes these things actually do happen this way and are true. There are these sorts of plots. But this reflexive need to point to that as the obvious. How could anyone think of anything other than the simplest thing, which is, oh, someone who stood to lose from that person doing well might have had an interest in having them killed. Again, we're not taking a position on the Russia or this one about exactly what happened, but I always question the reflexive response to say it was Western intelligence who set it all up.
Yeah, I don't think it's logical to jump to that. Of course it's possible, but just you have to take everything into consideration and consider what Maduro and Chavez had done over time. And I think this kind of fits in with the narrative.
Make sure to become a David Pakman Show member at davidpakman.com/membership. I hope you enjoy our program. Know that we put the program out 5 days a week at no cost to anybody. The show always has been and will be free. But for those who are able to contribute a little bit to what we're doing and to keep it free for everybody, please consider signing up at davidpakman.com/membership. And don't worry, we have a whole list of benefits for our paid subscribers available.